with all the blind artists. All are new to the stage, even for acting also, fresh from the garden. So it was welcomed by, except money, we received so many awards. Number of awards for me, for my artists, everything. And yeah, yes sir. And particularly I want to tell you not to let down our Telugu people. We are leaders in pan-India big budget movies. I think everybody accept and know. But my personal perspective, maybe my people may not agree, we are yet to catch up this parallel cinema. Okay? That platform is not strong there. That is why I could not do next type of a film. But being a film society movement participant, when I shifted from Chennai to Hyderabad, I am a member of Hyderabad Film Club, which is old enough, 60 years old. For that, I am vice president, and we organized 2 international film festivals in Hyderabad, bringing more than 200 movies. Somehow, that experience and all these observations led me to think about becoming as a director. Now, as an academician, I am a dean of a film institute in Hyderabad, and my students are there. They came here. So I know what would be the target of a film education student, film student. They want to showcase their works, their creative talents. For that, this particular decision taken by NFDC and INB, like encouraging youth, to encourage them, they instituted a new award only from today, from this year. Okay? Really welcome gesture. And if you encourage youth like this, tomorrow you are going to see great filmmakers from our land. So I appreciate this nature, and I feel like telling about one more thing. We have discussed about that. I don't know what would be the tomorrow's this thing. Student films also. For student films also, you can think about an award for students only. This debutant, they are not. They are filmmakers. No age, nothing. Anybody can. First time is debutant. But I would say, think about that. We discussed about that. But I am telling you, you design this thing about institute award for student filmmakers. That's what my angle is.
And we have a segment called Creative Minds of Tomorrow, where
Yes.
interns will be. We already
Yes.
had that one for the last few years.
Okay.
There will be selection. They will be encouraged. There will be. There's no award as such. Yeah, there's a category of films. Yes.
Yeah. Coming to my debut, first day I'm worried, I'm shivering to say start, cut and action. But later I came to know, previously when I was a cameraman, sir, when I am a cameraman thinking like, cameraman do the editing. Other people will do that thing, song, everything. Director only a start, cut. But once I started as a film director, I'm shivering first day. Slowly. So I enjoyed it, of course. This cinema is a magic. This cinema is definitely magic. A dream come true for anybody. So automatically, the debutant director will feel so happy to receive that award. And days to come, this should be continued as a glory. Thank you.
Okay. I come from Calcutta. I come from Bengal. And all of you know, all the filmmakers know the contribution of the great filmmakers. Little too much though. Because always wherever you go, Rain, Mrinal Sen, Katak, Betopan Sinha, Bimon Roy, Rishikesh Mukherjee, too much. But still they are grace, I know. But things have changed dramatically. Different parts of the India is contributing a lot. The beauty of our country is that. So the 5 films that we saw, I thought it should be 10. We recommend that as students' film. And what a variety. A director made very private film, private understanding of the political situation. And the director made wide films on political understanding. Another felt go to inside of humanity. So it shows that they are in the right track. Sometimes it's very difficult to choose one. And I made about 11 films, plenty of awards. But the moment I find that people say that he was great, I think, if the great days of great have gone, we should worship, we should expect more greatness in the coming years for the technological change. You know, like when you saw Steven Spielberg, just blown up, film can do this. Like Citizen Kane, when Orson Welles made it, or Witness, a good argument. That's like other films. You know? I'm expecting a lot from the younger generation. It's the right time to just hand over the baton to the younger generation.
Actually, coming to first film, I actually, before I made a feature film, I actually made a short film, one-hour film. I think as a student or rather as a freshly out of the institute, you tend to be adventurous. You know? So I actually wanted to do something very adventurous. So I used to teach children. And so someone offered me a job in Arunachal Pradesh. That time I thought it was next to Andhra Pradesh, but I found myself far in the near Himalayas teaching tribal children. So I made my first film with tribal children and tribals who have never seen cinema before. So that was a great adventure for me. Actually, making of it was more interesting than actually making the film, because it was about women education. The film was about that, about a little girl going to school for the first time. And in fact, I was doing a master class in Mumbai Film Festival. It was a big 800 people were there. And they also restored that particular film, NFDC. They restored the film and they presented it 40 years after I made it, which was a great feeling to see something. So I think NFDC is also into all that, which I think is amazing, because that film was the first time those people are acting, and when we were showing them on top of a hill at night, we used to show the film, and they want to keep seeing it again and again. Then I realized that every time the wind blew, the screen would shift and they would look different. So that's why they want to see it again and again. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'll just take 1 minute. For the young filmmakers, if there is anyone. My first film was, as he said, on the tribal life, Songs of Maholpuni. It was shown here in the panorama. You know what I did? Last film that Satyajit Ray met, Agantu, there was a tribal dance, and the protagonist toured all over the world, wanted to go back to the simplicity of the tribal world. I found some problems in that film. I began from there. I questioned the master's truth. I think all the young filmmakers should question the past. Otherwise, we can never break the way. Understood? I questioned certain veracity of that film. I began my career all over tribal people, their movement, their romance, their understanding, everything. I questioned the master.
After working with so many legend directors, around 20 to 23 years, I have directed my first film, which is a film called Gurukula. I never thought it will be very difficult. I mean, I was very confident about my work and passion was what I was, because my bringing up in film industry with, I was a student of renowned director Girish Kasravalli, and I was working with G.V. Iyer, V. Somshekhar, B.C. Gauri Shankar, that cameraman. So that experience, it helped me a lot to make a first debut film. But the subject which I was chosen was little difficult. A children mythological subject. But with so much of help and support from the producers, I have completed, which I got a state award in 2010. So, but what I felt was the passion. Even debut director is a first step. Later on, you should not lose your focus and passion what you have inside. So, because every year that maturity it grows, and you need to do it will not end with a debut direction. As sir said, we need to grow up with so much of different content and do the film. So that's what I said. That I was amazed the way they have chosen the content. It's very difficult. So this definitely it will encourage. For next year, I think they will get lot of more entries. I think, and in MIF they have students. These things. They have a non-feature film category. For students, they have an award. So I really appreciate the government what they are doing it.
I'm short of time. Can we have questions, please? Yeah. Questions.
आप लोगों ने जो बातें की हैं उससे ये काफ़ी पता चला है कि क्या कर रहे हैं जो नए डायरेक्टर्स हैं जिनकी फिल्में आपने देखी। मैं जानना ये चाहता हूँ कि सैकड़ों फिल्में आपने देखी हैं, तो जो ट्रेडिशनल साउथ की और बॉलीवुड की फिल्मों का जो ट्रेंड है अभी, उससे अलग जो ये डेब्यू डायरेक्टर्स हैं फॉर्म के लेवल पर और कंटेंट के लेवल पर क्या नया कर रहे हैं, क्या नया रूप ले रहा है?
Sir, the question is, someone said we have 2,000 stories. We have only been able to connect with 30 stories. And the other school says we have only 7 stories. We're changing, remodeling. It's not what, it's how. That's much more important. My grandfather had certain way to talk. I have certain way to talk. So, not that very revolutionary. But what they're doing is, they're doing the formalism of cinema. Their technical strength is superb, flawless, I can tell. Sometimes I found it little excess. That's what I enjoyed, That's what is extraordinary about it.
Sir, according to me, if you see all the debutant filmmaker has made the film in a regional language. So all the regional film as our regional dishes and our regional language flavor, they all film has their own individual flavor. Yeah, and because of that, every film tastes differently. Every film smells differently. Every film has that essence. So that is the different. If you see, we all always used to tag. Like Telugu film or Kannada film or Marathi film, all those film has different flavor, and that is the I think base part. And they are doing is they are trying to portray their stories on cellular, and they have I think done a marvelous job. You see all the shortlisted film, and you will see each and every film is offering something and something unique.
पहले तो मैं अपने को सौभाग्यशाली समझती हूँ कि मुझे संतोष जी से मिलने का मौका मिला। मैं बहुत सालों से उनसे मिलना चाह रही थी, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा आज आपसे मिलके। मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ जो न्यू कमर्स आ रहे हैं डायरेक्टर्स, वो सारे इंडिया में बहुत सारे प्रांत हैं और बहुत से लोग आना चाहते हैं इस फील्ड में, पर उनको कोई ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिल पाता है या वो नहीं जान पाते हैं। कोई न्यूज़ में भी नहीं आता है कि आप इस चीज़ में चले जाएं तो आप थोड़ा आपकी जो फिल्म है वो रिलीज़ हो जाए या किसी चीज़ पे आ जाए, ऐसा नहीं हो पाता बहुत सारे बच्चों के साथ। तो क्या आपके हिसाब से ऐसी 2-4 महीने में एक कार्यशाला वर्कशॉप होनी चाहिए जो न्यू टैलेंट्स को उभार के लाए और वो अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पे पहुंच सकें और अपनी फिल्म को समाज के सामने पेश कर सकें? इस पे आप क्या कहेंगे?
Today I think we are in a very different world actually. We have so much of social media that it is not difficult for someone to make express himself or herself with a phone. If they can make a film on a phone, and if you go through Instagram or anything, it can actually you can create the platform yourself. So today it is not that you have to go to a film institute and get trained and all that. You can do your own training. Because see, when we are all growing up, I personally started to learn to sketch before I learned to read and write. Okay, but today's children learn to take pictures on the phone before reading and writing or anything else. So they are already in a visual language, learning a visual language. So, but the difference is that if you learn to sketch, you will have to observe what you are sketching. So that is something very important for a creative mind, to observe what you are sketching. When you are taking a picture with the phone, it is not doing so. But the fact is that just because you know how to take a shoot with a phone does not mean that you will become a cinematographer, because because you know how to read and write, no one becomes journalist or novelist or poet. That is just but the fact is, because people now know how difficult it is to shoot, it makes it easier for professionals to explore more territories. So I think today's social media actually helps anyone with talent and anyone with that passion to make a mark for sure, because people actually see it, even though they see it on a phone. So if you express a good content in a very short time, then it is definitely going to attract a lot of attention, and if you make enough, that becomes your show reel actually. That is the most
इस तरह की वर्कशॉप्स कुछ होनी चाहिए हर स्टेट में.
Workshop, actually I am going to be dictating something to do with SRFTI, and they are also starting a school in Arunachal, so I am supposed to be their academic lead they are doing. It is not difficult to do a workshop because it can be done without anything. If you call me, I'll come and do a nice workshop for you.
Thank you so much. We are running short of time. Some of our guests are here to have lunch. I hope you understand. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining this, even at this odd time. This is jury for the Best Debut Film Awards. A big round of applause for all of them, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.